Hello everybody, in today's video I've got another package from HK Now store. I'm not exactly sure what's in this, but I have a feeling it's the AI bandaged 4x4 because I ordered that one, but I've also got a couple more coming, so I'm not exactly sure what it is, but we'll see. Just cut this. Alright. Oh, it's not. It's Calvin puzzle stuff. Alright, so I've been waiting for this stuff. I'm surprised this came first because I ordered the other one first, so I'm not sure. But here's the card. Alright, so this is Calvin Puzzle's new stuff. New puzzles. Alright, so there's multiple versions of these, but let's go ahead and open them up and see what they look like. Now these are bandaging cubes as well. They're sort of like the constrained cube, but a little bit different. It's almost like a mixture between constrained and latched. Alright, it's actually more like a latched cube, to be honest. So you can see on here we've got these stop signs, okay? And we've got them here, here, here. So on 3 sides. The other side, there's nothing. And when there's a stop sign, you can't turn that layer at all. When there's not a stop sign, you can turn that layer. So these 3 here can be turned, but this cannot be turned. So if I move this into here, now this can't be turned. All right, if I move 1 into here, this can't be turned. So it's going to bandage up really, really nicely. And they're called here's the name right here, Evgeniy, E-V-G-E-N-I-Y. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's the person who I think invented the puzzle, and it was mass produced by Calvin Puzzles, obviously. Now, I don't know if I can take one of these out. I don't know. I'll maybe, when I come back from playing with them, I'll show the mechanism once I figure it out. But let's open up the other one. This one looks to be a little bit easier. All right. So this one, it's just on 4 corners. So I'm going to probably treat this side like the cross and do cross on blue. But you can see that all of these sides move except for this side. And if I move this here and then here, this won't move, this won't move, this won't move. So it bandages very easily. I'm actually quite interested in checking out the mechanism. This one I think that would be pretty easy because you can do the cross. I think relatively easy as long as you can work around the stop signs. And then putting in these corners. As soon as the corners go in, I think it should be fairly easy to do the rest. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. But these all have different names, okay? There's quite a few of them. This one here is called the Crossroads Bandage. So it's got these ones that go cross. And this one here is called the Corner Road, obviously. It's got the corners. Then there's one with the Edge Road where it's just got the edges. I think that one would be the easiest, putting in the edges, and then you don't have to move them. So I think that would be a lot easier doing the edges one. And then there's another one where there's all of these are done. So you're combining the edges and the corners. I'm not sure if there's anything else around the puzzle, but this one here, the one that's got all of them would be called the Belt Road Bandage. These are all just $16 actually. They're fairly cheap puzzles. So I'll leave a link in the description to all of these. I'll leave a link where you can just open the page and they'll all be there. They're only $16. I think that's a really good price for these. I'm wondering why the stickers are different. Like here you can see the Calvin Puzzles on the yellow. On this one it's on the blue. The Evgeniy, I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's on the green. And then it's on the white on this one. And we do have the standard Rubik's color scheme. Yes, so very, very good. So let's go ahead and mix these up. Let's start with this one here. Now, I bet you I'm going to start... No, I guess it's not too hard to mix up, but... All right, so... All right, so I would think that this one here is... I want to get this one away from that. How do I do that, though? I see. They're bandaged. So the F2L is bandaged together. Okay. Huh. All right. Well, let's try this one. Start moving these around. Which one doesn't? This one doesn't have any. Okay, so the only side I can move now is this side. And now I can move this side. Okay. And now I can move this side. All right, so now we're getting somewhere. So scrambling these, see, okay, first I'm noticing one thing right away is a corner is always bandaged to this piece, which means it's basically just a bandaged 3x3. And that's, well, of course that's what it is, but I didn't know that you couldn't separate them like that. But I guess it makes sense that you can't, because you can't turn this layer because of this. So they're always going to be bandaged together. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge actually to solve this. Which side is every side? No, here we go. Now I can turn this. Now I can turn. Anyways, wow, difficult. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can solve these things and then come back at a future date, probably in a few days, and let you know the mechanism. I'll probably show you the mechanism and tell you how the solving went. All right, so it's been a couple of days now, and I've solved them both. I've solved this one more than this one. I solved this one once because of its level of difficulty. I'll get to that though. But this one is fairly easy because the F2L pairs here are bandaged together. You have to treat them as F2L. And the thing is that it's very hard to get these in after you've got your cross in. So what I do is I manage to get them in first, and then I put in my cross. So it's sort of like a hybrid of columns and CFOP that I do. I do columns for the first two, and then I use CFOP for the top. Now the thing is with columns, you're only, you're doing a lot of M's and stuff, so it would actually be a lot more useful to solve this thing entirely like you're using the columns method. But I don't know the entire columns method. I remember my friend Thomas taught it to me, and that's how I knew the first two. And I sort of know the top one as well. I just forgot, but I can't get it. So anyways, there's a certain algorithms that you can do, like a T-perm. You can do, and the F2L pairs won't bandage your algorithm while you're doing it. But like a J-perm, now I can't turn this, right? So certain algorithms, of course, you can do your Z perms, there's a certain J perm, like there's the J perm that's like this, but if it's the other one like this, I have an algorithm that goes like this, and you can see that does it. So if I can get it in a T perm or a J perm and just kind of manipulate it around using certain algorithms, I'm able to solve it using CFOP method. Now this one here is a lot more difficult, okay? It was a struggle, to be honest. I mean, I think I solved it by fluke, and the reason for that is because bandaging happens pretty much everywhere. Like, okay, what I did basically is most of my algorithms require this kind of move here, R and U and F. And so what I did is I solved the cross on red, okay? And then I put these on the left and in the back. So now I'm able to do that. And it was a bit of a difficult, process of getting them like that. And it was a mixture of a bunch of algorithms I had to either look up or knew already, and the beginner's method actually. So I was able to solve that. So let's go on to the mechanism now. It's actually fairly easy. You just pull it apart like a regular cube, and you can see that it is just a regular cube piece. It doesn't look very strong though. Here's a corner piece. I'm not sure if this is an existing cube that Calvin Puzzles had permission to use and then just re-stickered, and that's the whole mod, is just a stickering. Let's just grab this. Now I'll show you an F2L pair. Just get this back in. Whatever. Anyway, so this is an F2L pair. As you can see, it's just bandaged together, and oh, not on this one. Keep it on other ones. Let's see if there's another one that I can do it on. Nope. But you can actually pull them apart because there we go. So it's just a cap. All right, so that's all it is. It's just a cap. So what it actually looks like is that they took a regular cube, and kind of a flimsy one at that, to be honest, and all they did was glue it together where they needed to glue it together, and then just re-sticker it. So it's fairly easy to make. So because of this, I mean, you got to really use your own opinion. Is this worth it? I mean, it's a really cheaply made puzzle, and I feel bad saying that because I really support Calvin Puzzles, and all of his puzzles have been like super high quality, but I mean, they got to use a 3x3 from somewhere, but why they chose this one, I don't know. Anyways, so that's that. I just put this aside. Now I'm going to show you exactly how fragile it is, okay? I think it's this one here. No, it's this one. When I tried to pull this one apart to check the mechanism, this piece broke. So you can see that it actually snapped right off. Now there's really not a lot holding it on. Either way, you know, I don't like... I really don't like having to give bad reviews. And the puzzle itself is really fun, but it just looks like the quality of the puzzle he used is kind of cheap. I mean, this is like super, super light. Like this is like way lighter than any other 3x3 I've had. Like, I'm not sure. Oh, I think you can hear the piece in there. Let's see if I can come out. There it is right there. So yeah, that's the piece. But yeah, I mean, if you're not going to pull this thing apart roughly like I did, it won't break on you. As far as the puzzle itself, it's really fun. Like, I really do enjoy solving these puzzles, especially this one. This one, it was more of a tough puzzle. I find that if I want something that's really tough, I'm going to go for a shape mod, like a tri-boom puzzle or a shapeways or something like that. But it's still really, really fun. There's a lot of versions of bandaging 3x3s out here, and I think this is basically the same. It's just that it's bandaged in a different way. So anyways, guys, if you want it, the price is reasonable. Just don't reef on your cube, you know. Links in the description. I'll see you on my next video.
To be